All right, we are back at it again here at Veterans Memorial Complex, and this is the third day, final day of the Black Gold Slug Fest. Just saw moments ago where Cleveland came back to win against Farmington. I believe that's who it was, anyway. And yeah, it was Cleveland against Farmington. It was a 8-7 victory, as Cleveland had to basically rally in the seventh inning, bottom of the seventh, to be able to get that victory. Got the win, got the runs they needed on a wild pitch was the last run, as we did see it on video. Looked like Farmington was going to come up with an upset, but that did not happen. So once again, Farmington dropping to Cleveland by the score of 8-7, and that was after Cleveland came in here last night and was able to beat Hobbs and improve their record to 3-1, I believe it was, and the only loss they've had so far was against Hobbs, and that was at their own tournament just last week at the Cleveland tournament. So, it's turnabout's fair play, I guess. If you can beat them at their house, they can beat you at her house. So. That's usually the way it happens sometimes. But Hobbs is getting warmed up, and we'll be talking about that in a moment. They'll be facing a good team, Volcano Vista. We'll be talking about that more in a moment as we get into the pregame. You are listening, or actually watching it right here on the Cool 95.7 Facebook page, along with, of course, HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube on the news and sports for Lee County. Be back in just a moment. Oh, yeah, I would be very remiss, actually, before I do. I'm going to go ahead and thank our sponsors. I tried to last night, but I could not find the list, and I was a little chilled. But I want to thank all these sponsors because without them, we would not be able to get these games on the air. First American Bank of Hobbs, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Elite Home Healthcare, Lee County State Bank, Lasco Construction, The Coffee House, Devon Energy, TDS, Thriftway, NMR Pipeline, The Model, Emerson Media and Design, along with Hydrotech Services and Divine Energy Services. Thank you all very much for all your support. Be back in just a moment. Still in warm-ups over here at Veterans Memorial Complex. Like once again to thank our sponsors for this game. First American Bank of Hobbs, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Elite Home Healthcare, Lee County State Bank, along with Alasco Construction, TDS, Thriftway, with a coffee house, NMR Pipeline, The Model, Devon Energy, Ampersand Media and Design, Hydrotech Services, and Divine Energy Services. Thanks once again. We're going to be continuing coverage and get the start of the game here in just a moment, along with the lineups right here for you on all the No Mark Broadcasting networks. Continuing to get ready for this game. It's still warm-up time, but go ahead and give you the lineups for this game before it gets started. Starting with Volcano Vista. They have a coach that's been there since the start of the school. He was an assistant coach for a while and then became coach in 2019. Unfortunately, though, COVID slowed him down. He didn't have his first season, but nevertheless, he is still the coach. That is Todd Flores. So he is the second coach in the team history. Starting off first is going to be Isaac Benavides. Trying to read my own writing sometimes. And he will be playing second base. Hunter Martinez is coming in next, second batting. He's going to be playing center field. He's also he's going to be playing DH. And Bay Gonzalez is going to be his pinch runner. Third in line is going to be number 3, Elia Gonzalez. He'll be playing shortstop. Number 4, fourth in line is going to be Lucian Dixon. And he is number 7. Got fifth is Antonio Martinez. He's going to be pitching. And his number is 21. After that, it's going to be Xavier Romero. He'll be in at center field, and his number is 2. Zach Markham is going to be playing first base. His number is 22. Landon Johnson is going to be in there as well. Number 27, he'll be playing as catcher. And last but not least, Cade Weber is going to be number 14, and he will be at right field. So that means Dixon's going to be at left field. We got the lineup for the Volcano Vista Hawks. For your Eagles, your Hobbs Eagles, we have Jason Fuentes up first. Of course, he is going to be playing center field. Second is going to be Josiah Martinez. He is going to be pitching. Jaden Hernandez is third in the lineup, so we're going to see him in the first inning. Jaden Hernandez, number 11, as you know, is going to be catching. Xavier Alvarado is number 10, and he is going to be out in right field. Christian Montez is going to be in playing second base. He is, of course, known as number 6. Kenny Johnson's going to be in the lineup. He is number 12, and he will be playing first base. Jason Fuentes is going to be out on shortstop, number 5. Actually, I've got Jason twice. I got to check that out. Sometimes you just don't know. Meanwhile, Saul Armaderas, I know he's going to be playing, and he'll be in left field, number 13. And Alan Urahara is going to be out there as well. Actually, he's going to be on third base, number 16. Going to check the lineup just to make sure I got it right. We'll be back in just a moment to give you the correct lineup here at Veterans Memorial Complex with the Black Gold Slugfest. It is Juan Camacho that's going to be first batting, and he will be playing center field. So let's see. So for the lineup, it's going to be Josiah Martinez at playing pitcher. Then it'll be Hernandez at catcher. So that is Jaden Hernandez at catcher. Then at third base is going to be Kenyon Johnson. Second base is going to be covered by Christian Montez. And we have Irahara at third. Yeah, that's Alan Irahara. Shortstop is going to be played by Jason Fuentes. Then we have the outfield covered by Saul Armendariz at left. Center field is going to be Juan Camacho. Last but not least, Xavier Alvarado is going to cover right field. We're about to get the national anthem here in just a moment, so we're going to go ahead and take a break, come back, and we'll be starting action right here at Veterans Memorial Complex for the Black Gold Slug Fest. It'll be the last day of it, and should be a good one against the Volcano Vista Hawks, who are 5-1. Be back in just a moment. Welcome back to the action right here at Veterans Memorial Complex. I am Ron Gunter, filling in basically for Ty Friend. He is off today, but he will be back next week, I am sure. And in the meantime, yes, we're going to go ahead and let you know about how Volcano Vista got to this 5-1 record. They started off against West Mesa at home, beat them 14-2. Went to Sandia and lost a close one. It was actually 3-2. Followed by a game in Grants, also a close one, but this time Volcano Vista was the victor, 12-11. Faced Grants and beat them by 10, so I'm sure that was a mercy rule ending. 16-6 was the final. The other day they faced Clovis, and they were the away team. Beat Clovis Wildcats 8-2, and then yesterday it was Los Lunas who fell right before the Hobbs game. The final was 6-3. It was a close one, and we're hoping to see if Hobbs can come back and after their loss yesterday against Cleveland, be able to get their record back to 500. For Hobbs, it has been just 2 tournaments. This is their second. The first one was in Cleveland, where they lost to Berlin 11-2. Were able to beat Cleveland, like I said, 5-3, then lost to Los Lunas 12-1. By the way, Los Lunas is also here as well. Then the first day of the tournament here, we faced Farmington. It was a slow start, but it ended up being a 17-9 victory for Hobbs. Yesterday, also a slow start, and Hobbs had a 6-run, 6-inning, but was not enough. Was able to get it to where it was an extra inning. Otherwise, it would have been ended in the 6th because of the mercy rule. However, Cleveland was victorious 14-9. And I think that even though Hobbs struggled for a while, they did show some heart, was able to get back into it, produce some bats, but just could not do anything in the 7th inning to get any further, or at least get the game tied. So that's where we stand. Hobbs at 2-3, Volcano Vista at 5-1. And we're about to get started as pitcher is warming up for Hobbs. That should be Josiah Martinez. Let's see. Now it helps if I take the covers off on my binoculars. Take a gander over there. Oh. And exactly. So just about to get ready on this game as it is starting off. Looks like the time is now just about 8 minutes past 12:30, so not a bad start time. Let's say 12:39 is when the first pitch is going to be. And speaking of which, here it comes right now as we are about to get started. Welcome everybody to New Mexico Veterans Memorial Complex at the Black Gold Slug Fest. I am Ron Gunter, and once again, we're going to bring you all the action. And yes, it is for free. So let's get into it as we get the first pitch delivered. And that is going to be swung on and foul to the back. So already Isaac Benavidez already has one strike to his name, starting off for the Volcano Vista Hawks. Let's see what this pitch looks like. It looked like it was a strike, but it was not called, so it is a ball. So we'll go with 1-1 on the count. As we see Josiah Martinez, trying to get into his groove or his rhythm. Here we go with another delivery. And that is swung to the left. That was third base who tried to get it but wasn't able to, so it will advance the runner to first on an error. He at least was able to make contact with it but was not able to stop it, so it went to the shallow outfield. But did not advance the runner to second. So he is at first. That would be Isaac Benavidez. Here is Hunter Martinez. He is the designated hitter. Let's see what he can do. And he pops it out to shortstop. Shortstop throws it to second, and that is going to be called safe. And so it advances the runner to second off a single. And already no outs and 2 on for Volcano Vista. Not a good start for Hobbs. We will see what happens with this third batter, who is Elia Gonzalez. There should be a pitch runner out there for first. No, he's still out. Yep, Hunter is still out there, so he is running at first. Up next, Elia Gonzalez. First pitch, just a bit high for ball 1. Welcome everyone to the action as we just get started. Once again, this is Volcano Vista Hawks versus the Hobbs Eagles. Here comes the pitch, off to the back for a foul. And it will be a 1-1. Went just in front of us, to the right of me. Let's see what the delivery is going to be on this one for the Eagles. For Martinez. That looks like it's also going to be fouled to the right, out of play. So that will put the count at 1-2. Could possibly see our first strikeout of the game for Hobbs. Definitely need it with 2 on, first and second. Benavidez is at second, and first is Martinez. Here comes the pitch. Swing inside and a miss, and that is a strike. First out and the first strikeout too. So 1 down for Volcano Vista. As coming up next is going to be Lucian Dixon, number 7. He is playing shortstop today. No, actually that was Gonzalez. Lucian Dixon is playing left field. And that is a steal attempt on second and third. And it was a good throw, but not in time. And advances the runners, so stolen base off of that for Benavidez and Martinez. Martinez at second now. Benavidez at third. And we're still continuing with Dixon as he swing and a miss on that one. And that will even up the count at 1-1. Last one was a ball. Trying to get, now Volcano Vista has 2 in scoring position. Dixon could possibly put one in if he hits it, and he does pop it into center field. And goes off to the left a little bit before it, right before it gets caught. It was strong enough and deep enough to where it would score a run, so it was a pop. It wasn't out, however, it was a sacrifice fly for an RBI. And that does score one. That does score Benavidez, as it is Martinez who goes to third. So 2 outs, but 1 run has already scored off 1 hit. And that one is going to be nice for a strike against Antonio Martinez. Who, no, actually, no, it's, Antonio Martinez. Strike 1. That one's going to be called a ball. This ref looks like, or this ump looks like he's going to be a little easier to read as far as strike calls and ball calls. So we get into the pitch. Delivery. Just on the inside. And that is going to be a ball. Threw a slider there, and it didn't quite hit the box, the strike zone. So we're looking at 2-1 for the count. Once again, at the plate, Josiah Martinez. And he yanks this one out to left field. And that is going to be, nope, not caught. Got close, was at the warning track. And that is going to be a stand-up double and an RBI as well for Antonio Martinez. So 2 in there as that scored Hunter Martinez. So already we're looking at a 2-run deficit for Hobbs early in this game. First inning, actually, top of the first. But there are 2 outs. So Xavier Romero is up next. He is center field. He's going to want to try to extend this lead. Get his teammate Antonio Martinez home from second. But of course, Josiah Martinez has got other plans. We do have 2 outs. Looks back at second. He does slide back. Not really much of a chance of getting a tag out either way. Let's say just holds the ball. Checking back once again, making sure that the runner is at check. Swing, and unfortunately, that does hit the ball. Yeah, that does not advance the runner, but that will put Xavier Romero at first by hit by pitch. So that'll be 2 on, 2 out. First and second are covered by Martinez and Romero at second. Martinez at first. Martinez at second and Romero at first. And this puts up Zach Markham, who is playing first base today. Let's see what he can do. First ball is in, and that was a nice sinker for a strike. So showing some control out there is Josiah Martinez. And, there is a possibility he can get out of this with just 2 runs. He wants to. Of course, he'd probably want to get both those runs back, but that goes foul to the back. And we are looking at an 0-2 count right now. That'll be favoring the pitcher. Now he has some pitches to play with. He can either throw a strike or he can see if Zach is going to chase one of the pitches. And definitely want to get this final out so we can get to the bottom of the first and see if Hobbs can respond to the 2 runs that Volcano Vista has put up so far. It's a nice day, by the way. You know, it's the breeze, even though it's coming from the north, it's still not too bad. It's not as bad as it was last night, as far as the weather goes. Here's the delivery. A little high, expected that, seeing if he'd chase, and Zach did not. So that is going to be 1-2 the count. And we're still sitting pretty, still have 2 on though, first and second, so have to be aware of that as he is. That was on the inside. In fact, actually, yeah, that clipped him. Clipped his leg, so that is going to be, it is ruled hit by pitch. Did not want to see that, but now we've got the bases loaded. 1 or 2 outs at least, so there's that. Advances Martinez to third, advances Romero to second. And that will put up Landon Johnson, who is playing catcher. So if we can get this one out, we can still stop the bleeding at 2 runs at the top of the first. That one's a bit inside too. Again, another ball is called. And I'm going to see about getting, like I said, getting Landon Johnson to either swing out, fly out, as long as it's able to be caught, or he can strike him out. But so far, batter's ahead on the count, 2-0. Need a couple of strikes here. And that one is just on the outside. Look for a moment, maybe it might have been called. Do not want to walk him right now because that'll walk in a run, and definitely don't want to give Volcano Vista any more runs than they have to. Down the pike for a strike that one was, so that's good. So batter wasn't ready for that. Johnson just looked at it, watched it go by, and that was one of those that you pretty much knew was going to be a strike. But 3-1. Now it's going to be popped in the air. Looks like it's going to be in the outfield. And it's going to be caught by center. So we do have the final out. And that is going to be 2 runs, but 3 left on for Volcano Vista. As they had, looks like 1 hit. Maybe, yep, 1 hit. 1 hit, 2 runs, 3 left on, and no error. It's going to be going to the bottom of the first. Hobbs is going to be coming up and trying to see if they can get back into this game early on and answer to those 2 runs. Be back in just a moment right here on the No Mark Broadcasting Networks. All right, welcome back as we are watching the warm-up for the first inning, or the bottom of the first inning, for the pitcher of Volcano Vista Hawks. That will be Antonio Martinez. Don't have any numbers on him. First up is going to be Juan Camacho. And Camacho, he's had through 4 games, he's had 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and a triple to his name. Hopefully he can get that started as well. I'd like to see some good hitting. Hobbs struggled in the last 2 games as far as being able to hit in the first inning, but maybe this time around they'll be able to get some magic going with those bats. And Juan Camacho, like I said, is going to be the first up to do so. By the way, he is playing center field. So here we go. That was the last pitch.
Stepping to the plate for the Hobbs Eagles, number 7, Juan Camacho.
So Camacho up, Juan Camacho for the Hobbs Eagles to start things off. Bottom of the first on this game on March 9th, 2024. Yeah, I cannot believe it's 2024 already, or it seems like it's just, you never know. But all right, we got the pitch. First one was a little high. That is going to be called a ball, and it should be, rightly so. So 1-0 for Camacho. Second one quick, and hits it up the middle, past the pitcher, and it's going to go to shortstop. Shortstop throws, and yeah, I think it wasn't going to be on time in any case, but nevertheless, it is going to be a runner on. Camacho is going to be on first. Not sure if they called that an error or a hit. And that is an error. So he got on by error. But that doesn't matter either way. It was a good hit. Went to shortstop. Tried to throw it out at first and just was a little too hot for the first baseman, who is Zach Markham. So here we go. Josiah Martinez up now. No, actually, that is not Josiah Martinez. Yes, it is. All right, so stop guessing myself. I'm just going to call it like it is. Josiah Martinez goes ahead and takes that first one for a ball. So ball 1-0 for Martinez. Tries a quick out at first. Check, and runner gets back in time. Really didn't have much of a leadoff anyway, so it wasn't very difficult. But he will try to get a leadoff now, as the pitcher is looking back. Does deliver that one, and it is outside for ball number 2. So 2-1, batter ahead on this count. Hobbs looking good so far, but it is still very early in this game. Trying to get some scores, runs to answer for the 2 that was given up at the top of the first. Here's a delivery. That is low, and that is going to go for a ball. Ball 3, 3-0. Pitcher's definitely behind on the count. Going to have to throw a strike ball or walk this guy, this batter, Martinez. So yeah, Martinez versus Martinez, and that will give a walk, and it will advance Camacho too. So yeah, Camacho at second, Martinez at first. And so far we've got 2 on, no outs, and a good look to be able to get something going, as we've got a runner in scoring position for Camacho. Up next is going to be Jaden Hernandez. Let's see what his numbers look like from this season so far. He's had 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 triple. If he gets a triple, he can have 2 RBIs. That's a bunt, and so it's not going to be a triple, but it's definitely going to be a possibility of, no, it's just a sacrifice bunt. Nevertheless, first out, and it advances the runners to third and second respectively. So Camacho is at third. Martinez is at second, and Hernandez earns that first out. So Xavier Alvarado coming up next. He is going to be playing right field. I always get my rights and lefts confused. First ball quickly delivered for a ball. And if he gets it into play, then he will definitely get at least 1 RBI. For his name. Second one quickly also delivered and called a ball. He has had a good hitting streak so far this season. He's had 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 RBIs, 1 double, and 1 home run. And that one is going to be a strike. So beware that. He could hit a home run and get the lead for this as well. That would be nice. And he does hit it up the gap into right field or left field, and is able to get 1 run as he comes back. And actually, there'll be 2 runs because of the base running ability. So he'll be safe at first. It's a long single, but what that'll do is it'll be a double, a 2 RBI single for Xavier Alvarado. So that was a nice play for that runner, as well as, like I said, it scored Martinez and Camacho, or Camacho and Martinez, either way. That gives this game a 2-2 tie. And with just 1 out, that happened earlier, we've got Christian Montez, who is up next. He is playing second base today. First one a little high for a ball. So Martinez is already up 1-0 on the count. He's actually had a really good season too so far. 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 RBIs, a double. And that one is a called strike. So we've got the count of 1-1. And as we do so, we've got crowds coming in. It is not as cold as it was. Oh, that is a hit by pitch. And so that will put him on base to first. So Christian on base as well as advancing Alvarado to second because of that hit. And now we have a meeting of the minds. So we'll take a break on this one, come back, be able to give you more action as Hobbs has tied it up at the bottom of the first already 2-2. They're doing a whole lot better than they did in the last two games during this slugfest. Let's see what happens next here in just a moment as they decide on what to do with the pitcher. All right, Volcano Vista has decided to stick with their pitcher, Antonio Martinez. Not a surprise at all, as he has been fairly good so far, but he did give up. They've given up 2 runs. First pitch, that is going to be for Kenyon Johnson. He swings and it goes back, foul to the back stop. So right off the ball, so to speak, it is going to be 0-1. Hit to the right. And that is going to be out of play, just barely out of play, and unable to get it. They did try, though. And that was Cade Weber. I'm going to change that. Weber was there, but could not get under the ball. 0-2 is the count right now. And Johnson swings and misses. And it is a chalked up strike out. Two outs for Hobbs, but it is a 2-2 game so far in the bottom of the first, and that puts up our next batter, Jason Fuentes, who is playing shortstop today. Swing and a miss. That was a little outside. Chased the ball and thought he had something going, but looked like it was a bit of a slider there. So didn't catch it at all for the first strike. Gonna get that one in, but not a strike. It's called a ball. So we are at 1-1 right now with the batter. 2 on, 2 out. First and second are covered. And Hobbs trying to get a little more runs before this inning is over with, because you never know how many you can get. Swing, and it is going to be foul once again as the pitcher lost his hat in the pitch, or during the pitch. Let's put it back on, and because of that, it is now 1-2. I'm going to give another look as he goes and looks at second. Hits the ball once again. It is just off target a little bit. It's going to be another foul ball to the right. So he is consistently hitting it to there. Needs to change his speed a little bit to be able to get better contact so in play. But it's still 1-2 is the count. But he's still alive. Fuentes is going to try a bunt. And it did hit. Yeah, so it is, yeah, I was thinking that too. I was thinking that is considered an out because he did bunt, and even though it was a foul, it is going to end that inning. So Hobbs is able to get 2 runs, and that was off of an error and a hit. And, of course, there was that sac fly, so that doesn't count as a hit, but it does count as 2 runs, and there was 2 left on. So we've got, 2 runs, 2 left on, 1 hit, and 1 error. Hobbs and Volcano Vista all tied up at 2-2 at the first. Going to the second, top of the second, and we're going to see what happens just a moment right here on the No Mark Broadcasting Network. All right, we are about to get ready for action here on the second inning as we get set. Looks like we're going to be just at the bottom of the order. I believe it's going to be it's going to be Cade Weber who is going to bring up. He is the last batter for the lineup. He's going to be first in the second inning. Here comes the pitch. And then it's going to be fouled off into the right. And that is going to be a quick strike for Weber. Once again, Jaden Hernandez is, not Jaden Hernandez, Jasiah Martinez on the mound. That looked like a nice sinker, but it did not quite find the strike zone. So that will be a ball. 1-1 is the call for Weber. As he sees this pitch go in, and that is going to be called a strike. Delivery, nice. And the Hobbs fans are enjoying that one. So 1-2. Let's see what he delivers. Let's see what happens here. That is inside. Swing on. It's going to go to third base. He's going to swing it over to first. And it is out in time for a 5-3. So first out already. That is a good sign for Hobbs. As we go to the top of the order, and it'll be Isaac Benavides. Benavides. I know I could say it. I just trying to make too much of an effort of it. He got on an error and did score in the first inning. So we're hoping to see a better result. First one, though, is swung on. It's going to go deep. And that is going to be into the outfield. It's going to be caught by the center fielder. Center fielder being Juan Camacho. So good one on him. Already 2 outs, 2 on, or 2 up, 2 down so far, as they say. And making quick work of it as well. So, yeah, you also want to have a low pitch count. That is always good for the pitcher. So 2 outs. Nobody on for Volcano Vista. We're on the top of the second. And that is Hunter Martinez. Takes that one for a called strike. Getting back into it again. Here comes delivery. Inside, did not chase it, and that would have been a bad one. He would have been more defending himself than anything else. But 1-1 is the count right now, as we have 2 outs already. I heard some action over there from, I believe, the softball game between Hobbs and Levington. I'll tell you about that in a moment. And that is a nice strikeout, not a strikeout, but a strike. Trying to get ahead of myself. Hunter Martinez already 1-2 on the count. Pitcher's ahead, so just got to deliver one more and get the third out of this inning. That would mean a good outing for Hobbs. That was going to go a little foul. Tried the ref, or the ump tried to catch it. Wasn't able to. It went to the outfield. We're going to get that, of course, by somebody else. No worries about a thing, as it is now still 1-2. Count didn't change. Let's see if we can get this one out here. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. And that is going to be his second K of the game for Josiah Martinez. So 3 up, 3 down, no hits, nobody on, and of course no runs, no errors as well. Going to go to the bottom of the second. We are tied at 2 with Volcano Vista Hawks, and maybe even Hobbs can come back and grab the lead in this inning. We are hopeful about that. Come back in just a moment, right here on the Normark Broadcast Network. All right, we are back in action, and we'll be talking about Todd Flores. He is the coach for the Volcano Vista. But right now, it is all about Hobbs as they're up to bat. First one is up now is going to be Saul Armendariz as he is playing left field. And that one is, I don't know, for some reason the pitcher is losing his hat. But that one hit Saul, and so he advances to first on a hit by pitch. So already one pitch and already a runner on. So that was not what Volcano Vista had drawn up so far for this game. But nevertheless, it happened. And so now we have Alan Udahara, one of those fun names to say, Udahara. He is going to be playing third base today, and he looks like a bunt, but that is going to go back for a foul. Not able to catch that, so bunt attempt there. Gives me a strike. Again, bottom of the second, Hobbs up. And we're going to see if we can get some runs generated in this one. So far, 0-1 for Udahara. Coming up once again. Antonio Martinez with that delivery and another strike call. 0-2, batter is behind on this one. Let's see if he can advance his teammate from first. That was close. Looked like it was going to be a called strike, but instead it is ball. That's the ump. Looks like he's just looking at his fingernails. We'll see what is going to be delivered this one for Udahara. That was inside, but it looks like it's going to be a still attempt, and he is safe. So a nice stolen to base by Saul Armendariz. He actually, I remember last year, he was pretty good at doing that too. He got, Hobbs was a stealing machine last season, able to do that this year as well. But nevertheless, hit by pitch, and he is on second already as Udahara lines it out to left. But that is caught, unfortunately, by the left fielder. That was Lucian Dixon. So that is going to be out. Number 1 for this inning. And unfortunately, it's a 7. Caught it right up there. Looked like he might have to chase it, but he was camped pretty much well underneath it for that out. So as we go to the top of the lineup, looks like it's Juan Camacho once again. To see what he can do. Pitcher loses his hat. Bat goes and fouls out to the right. And that's going to be a strike. Camacho actually had an error that got him on, and he did score. So he has a run in for that, and that is going to be a ball. The 1-1 is the call. And once again, bottom of the second, we are 2-2, tied up each with 2 runs in the first for both teams. As he looks back. Swing and a miss. That was a powerful swing, but did not connect. So either way, it would have been if it would have been a foul, it would have been a strike. But either way, it was a strike call. So now it's 1-2. See what happens now. Let's see if we can get some contact on the ball for Juan Camacho. That one is definitely outside a ball. They were trying to see if Armendariz would bite on that one. He did not. He stayed back at second. So no possibility of an out. 2-2 is the call for Martinez. Sorry, for Camacho. Martinez is up next. It's going to be short. He did get it safe, though. I thought that was going to be close, but it is ruled safe. Runner safe at third. That would be Armendariz. So he is at third right now, and that does put Camacho at first with a single. And now a meeting of the minds once again for the Hawks with 2 on, 1 in scoring position, and just 1 out. Coming up next is going to be Josiah Martinez. And we're going to see what he can do. He had a strikeout. No, sorry, not a strikeout. I wrote that wrong. He was walked. in the first, ended up scoring. So not expecting that, but you never know. Sometimes a walk can happen without you expecting it. And with the pressure of having two runners on first and third, let's see what happens as Antonio Martinez is still on the mound. I'm going to check the bases, get the call, and that is hit. Looks like it's going to be near the gap. It's going to go, and what's it ruled as? As a runner does come in, though, so that will increase to 3 the scores for Hobbs. And it does look like it was called an out. So a sacrifice RBI, and that would be for Martinez. RBI sack for out number 2. Let's put up Jaden Hernandez. He is the catcher. And we're going to see what happens as he had the first out of the game. That was right in there for a strike. So once again, the score is 3-2. Hobbs is leading after 2 runs in the first and 1 run right here in the second, bottom of the second. And they have taken advantage of some miscues, which you should. I mean, you never get too many of them, so you take advantage of what you can. And here is delivery. It is low, and that is going to be for a ball. 1-1 is the count for Jaden Hernandez. Let's see what he can do in this pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a little off. But, hey, you know what? He still has a couple more. Well, he has at least one more at bat with a 1-2 count. Still have runners on. And that one was low for a ball. 2-2 is the count. Pitcher continues to lose his hat every time he delivers the ball just about. So trying to put a lot of effort into there as we have a runner on second. Check swing, but that did not go through, so it will be a ball call. Full count right now as we have 3-2. See what happens with this one. It's going to be possibly, it could be either one. It could be chased or it could be a strike. That one's going to go down, though, and that is a walk for Jaden Hernandez. So he does get on base. It'll be first and second will be covered. Camacho at second, and Hernandez at first. Xavier Alvarado is up next. He's going to be playing. He plays the right field. Looks like he bats left. And that is advantage Hobbs, because if that's the case, he may be a switch hitter, but in any case, if he gets it out to left, he could score at least one, depending on how deep it goes. But first he's got to hit it. And that one actually is hitting center. And it is going to be caught. Hard to see exactly if there was a bounce or not. Fans are calling for the bounce, but he pulls up his glove and said he did catch it. So it is considered the third out against Xavier Alvarado. He had 2 RBIs earlier, but in that case was unable to do so. However, Hobbs did get 1 run to cross, left 2 on. Had no, as far as I know, no errors. Yeah, they had it in the first, but not in the second. And 1 hit. So we're going to the top of the third. Hobbs is up 3-2, and looks like Volcano Vista is trying to answer that one as well. Come back in just a moment right here on the Normark Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Complex as we are getting into it. And yeah, looking back at some of the Volcano Vista Hawks games through here, they have had low scorers, but they did win. In fact, yesterday it was Los Lunas. They didn't score until the fourth inning. It was 2 runs and then 3 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, and they ended up winning that one 6-3. Right now it is a 3-2 game. Hobbs in the lead. 2 in the first for Volcano. Got goose-egged in the second, so that's where we stand. Hobbs up 3-2, and right now we've got another batter for Volcano Vista this time around as he hits it to the left. It is going to be, is that fair or foul?
It's a foul ball.
It looks like it was a foul ball. They're calling and seeing about that, but it is going to have to be coming back either way. So the question is it a foul ball or is it a home run? And it looks like now that the batter is running the bases as if it is a home run. So there'll be some discussion about this one as it was Elia Gonzalez who does hit that questionable home run and rounds the bases. So first pitch in the third inning, and that is delivered as a home run from just near left field where now there's actually discussion about that. So this one is not going to go quietly in that good night, so to speak. But in any case, we're going to see right now, was that considered a home run or not? It doesn't matter if he ran the bases or not. If it's not, it's not. But nope, no change. As we need to get back into this game, we have Lucian Dixon up next. He is actually playing left field, so coincidental, but he wasn't out there. Of course, he is up at bat. But this does change the complex of the game. It is now 3-3. And the first pitch, just a bit outside for a ball. So like I said, this is probably going to be one of those situations where it'll be talked about for a little while on whether that actually was a ball. Well, actually, it would have been a strike because it would have been a foul call or a home run. But in any case, ball call 2-0. As we had another delivery. Swing and a miss, and that was definitely a strike. Strike number 1 as he swung right through that one. So Dixon is up 2-1 so far. Here's the delivery, and does get hit in the gap to the left. And that is definitely going to be a single, if not a double. And he does slide. It is close. It is called safe. So he slid in for that double. As he is on base. No outs. Already 1 run scored from a home run, a questionable home run. But nevertheless, it is still a home run. So it's 3-3 at the game. Tied up. And here is Antonio Martinez up to bat. Trying to help his cause. Let's quick look back. Check the runner at second before we go back to pitching. Josiah Martinez on the mound for Hobbs once again. That one a little outside for Martinez, and that'll be number 1-0. Actually, no, that was called a strike. How about that? So, yes. So, good for me. I was wrong. Got that as 0-1. Once again, looking back, delivers, and dribbler up, but no, it did hit him. So that will be a foul. So already Antonio Martinez is at 0-2, behind on the count. So it could be a strikeout, would be his second, I believe. No, it would be third. His third strikeout. He's had one in each of the innings, first and second. So let's see We get another strikeout here. That would help the cause and give the first out of the inning with one on. Boom, it's lined out. Looks like to the right. It is caught. And Dixon had to run back to second to be able to be safe, and he did. He wasn't that far off the base. But that is a nice catch. That'll be a 9 and out number 1. So one out, but one on in scoring position on second base. That is Dixon. Coming up next is going to be Romero, Xavier Romero, who is out there playing center field. As Josiah Martinez on the mound, about to deliver the ball. And that is just outside for a ball. Third inning so far, top of the third. 1 run scored by Volcano Vista. Hobbs trying to end the inning now with 1 out. A little further out was that one, so that's another ball. Looking to see if the runner will advance or try to steal a base. It doesn't look like it so far, but you never know. 0-2 is the count, or 2-0 is the count. As we get into it, here comes the pitch. That was inside. It's going to be a little bit wild, and no, there's no attempt to get it. The third base, it is stolen. And off a double, that is Lucian Dixon, who is going to advance to third. And meanwhile, Romero is still on the plate, batting, and it's going to be 0-3. He's got the count. See what Josiah Martinez is going to do about that. Hits in the middle, but that's going to be foul. However, catcher tried to get it. No. Bounces off his glove. Would have been a great attempt if he would have gotten it and an out. However, it is just going to be a strike call. So no advance on that one. Good try, though. That was by Jaden Hernandez. So good effort, but did not quite get it. Couldn't quite get underneath it. And then now the count is 3-1. Going to be a full 4 balls, so that will advance the runner to first on a walk. That will put up on the corners runners. I believe that actually was his first walk issued, although he has had 2 hit by pitch. So technically that was the first walk issued. As we get another steal attempt. That one is too high, and that might actually advance the runner to third and also to home. Yes, it did on an error. So Dixon finds his way home off that error. And that is also going to advance Xavier Romero all the way to third. And Zach Markham is still on deck. On base, on batting with a 1-0 count. That one was a sinker. Found its mark, and it is now 1 ball, 1 strike. 4-3 is now the score. 2 runs, both in the first and the third, so they're keeping it odd so far. Another wild pitch, and that's going to be another run. So that will mean that now it is 5-3 as that advanced Romero off a walk, and he gets home. Markham still batting with a 1-2 count. So that was a strike, but unfortunately got out of the mitts of the catcher. But it does clear the bases. That will be strike 3. So he was able to pull up a strike. Second out of the inning so far. So that is third strike for Josiah Martinez. As we're looking for one more. And this time around it's going to be against Landon Johnson. who had a fly out to center in the first for the third out. So he could be also the third out in the third inning. As we get the delivery and the pitch. Just a bit low, and that is going to be called a ball. So 1-0 is the count. Coming up, that one is hit to the left, unplayable and foul. So no doubt about that call. It's definitely not going to be a home run. It's going to be a foul ball for a strike. 1-1 is the count right now. Josiah Martinez is going to be delivering another. And that one, called a ball. 2-1 is the count right now for Zach Markham. Sorry, Landon Johnson. As he yanks that one off to the left for his second strike. Foul ball, that is. 2-2 is the count. And we're all set to see if we can get a strikeout or if it's going to be a full count. Or if he fouls out, it won't affect the count at all. Here comes delivery just outside, and nope, didn't chase it. So Landon watching his step, making sure he doesn't swing at anything. And now the count is at full, 3-2. Here comes delivery. That is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. That is the fourth strike for Josiah Martinez and the third out. So once again, even though Hobbs did try to stop the bleeding, it did not get that done. 3 runs come in, and that is off of 1 home run and a double. So that's 2 hits, but it had 2 strikeouts as well. Left nobody on, though, and maybe one error. Yeah, so 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and nobody left on. We're going to go to the bottom of the third with the lead now, 5-3. Volcano Vista over your Hobbs Eagles. Be back in just a moment right here on the No Mark Broadcast Network. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors. First American Bank of Hobbs, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Elite Home Healthcare, Lee County State Bank, Lasco Construction, The Coffee House, Devon Energy, TDS, Thriftway, NMR Pipeline, The Model, Ampersand Media and Design, Hydrotech Services, and Divine Energy Services. Thank you all very much for your support. Wouldn't be able to do this without you. Score is now 5-3, bottom of the third, and Volcano Vista is up by 2. They got those runs in the third inning, got 3. Hobbs had a lead. It was 3-2, but now it is 5-3. Hobbs coming up, though. They have scored in the first and the second innings. It was 2 in the first and 1 in the second, and now we have a good batter coming up for Hobbs. In fact, that'll be the top of the – no, it's not the top of the – near the top of the order, Josiah Martinez. And he hits it really quickly on the first pitch. And that is going to be a single for Josiah, getting his own cause in there as well. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's Christian Martinez. Montiez. So, nice little blooper up the middle. Gets a single for him. Coming next, Tanyan Johnson, and he's going to swing and a miss on that one. First one, didn't have a connection on that one, so it wasn't a foul, but just a little slow on the swing there. So Canyon is 0-1. A little low on that one, did not chase it, thankfully. And that is now a count of 1-1 for Canyon Johnson. Still on the mound, Antonio Martinez for the Hawks. check swing on that one, and it was called a ball. As that one was Kenyon Johnson trying to get, thought he saw something, but held up the last minute, was able to check that swing. And now it is 2-1 the count. Getting back in the box is Johnson. Delivery right there, as it is going to be possibly nope, it's going to be a foul ball. Otherwise, it would have been a stolen base there for Montez. So he's going to have to jog all the way back, or as some people say, turkey trot all the way back to first. Keeping him warm a little bit, and also keeping him ready as well. But that does give the count to Johnson at 2-2. So he's going to check the runner. And that Antonio Martinez, check the runner on that one. Checking again, seeing if he is all right. Goes in, delivers, and that's going to be a ball, which brings us to a full count. We've already had one hit so far in this inning, bottom of the third, and that was Christian Montez. As he is checked again. Not sure. Sometimes that's usually just pitcher doesn't like what the catcher is giving him, so checks and makes sure to see if he can get an easy out at first. Delivers. And this one's going to be back towards the fans, and yeah, it's going to be a foul. No strike call. It's going to continue with a full count, 3-2. We have the tying run actually at bat. So if Johnson can get this out of the park, it will be a 5-5 game, but instead puts it in, and it is a double. So that was a 6-4-3. That was 2 outs right there. So the double was successful for Volcano Vista. And 2 outs already. No run left on base, and unfortunately that means that no runs were scored so far, but we do have more opportunities. Jason Fuentes up right now. That was called a strike. Oops. And that one is hit just in the gap onto left, and it does find that green grass. So it'll be considered a single for Jason Fuentes, and it gets him on base as well. So there's one on first, 2 outs, and up next is going to be Sal Armendariz. He was hit by a pitch moments ago. He was left on third, so he was left on base. He did get a stolen base along the way, and that one is called a ball. So Saul on right now, bottom of the third, 1 on, 2 outs. And that one is going to be just inside for a called strike. And no swing on that one for Saul. Didn't think it was going to be called that strike. We have a 1-1 call and a check on the runner. Fuentes does get back in time. Wasn't really off the bag that much, so didn't take too much effort. Back to the batter, Sal Armendariz. Strike on that one. 1-2 is the call right now. Sal has put up some good numbers. We're hoping that he'll do that again today. 2 hits, 3 runs. And that is going to be hit by pitch once again. That's his second one. Maybe he is going for the same thing as Hernandez did yesterday. He was hit not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times by pitches. And ended up, I think, walking once. But either way, all 5 of those at-bats, and no credit for him as he got hit. And I'm sure he's still feeling the sting about it. That was a swing and a miss for strike number 1. That is Uehara. He flew out to left field in his last at bat. Trying to see if he can do better on this one with 2 on and 2 out. That one is a ball. So 1-1 is the call. Yes, we are deep into the 3rd inning with 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd. Hobbs trying to see if they can answer back from a 3-run top of the 3rd. And that is going to be a ball. Oh, sorry, strike. Thinking one thing, thinking another. 1-2 is the count against Yudahara. Again, trying to see if he can advance into the runners. Maybe even get a score or 2, get some RBIs. And that is going to be an out. So that'll be out number 3 for Yudahara. And that will end the inning. And unfortunately, Hobbs with they did have two hits and left 2 on and no runs. So far, Hobbs still trailing by this one. The score right now, 5-3, as we head to the top of the 4th. Be back in just a moment here at Hobbs Veterans Memorial Complex in Hobbs, America. So Yudahara technically was struck out. He was going to advance to first, but unfortunately there was a runner already on first. He could not do that, so it was basically an out anyway. He was going to, he would have had a chance of being able to advance, but like I said, the runner was on first, so not able to advance due to that fact. So we have a 5-3 games, top of the 4th, as we're about to get another look at some Volcano batters. This time around, it looks like it's going to be Cade Weber once again leading off. He had a out in the 1st that went from the 3rd base to 1st. So that was a nice throw that happened. And Weber trying to see if he can get something going with the bats in the 4th inning, as Volcano Vista is up by 2, 5-3. Josiah Martinez is still on the mound. Here comes the delivery. A little high for ball 1. Fans are growing as the game is going. Always good to see, and it is a nice day for baseball as long as you don't keep it, as long as you're in the sun and not in the wind. That one goes foul, just off behind us to the right, and then it's going to be a strike. 1-1 is the count. As already. Pitcher's ready for delivery. Here it comes. And that is going to be yanked over to the left. Looks like it could be an easy catch. Can of corn it is, and yes, just close to the warning track. And that will be out number 1 for Volcano Vista. As that was Cade Weber once again, so 0-2 for the bats. But coming up top of the order is Isaac Benavidez. He has had an error, actually he did score in the 1st and flew out. That one is going to be a long strike because it is a foul ball that just went overhead. So already first strike for Benavidez. Here comes another offering. Oh, that one was a hit by pitch. Looked like he was taking a little longer to get that delivery. And it did hit the leg of Isaac. So another hit by pitch. That would be, let's see, 3. Actually, he had 2 in the first, and this is his first since then. So it's 3 hit by pitches. Coming up now is going to be Hunter Martinez, the designated hitter. And that is going to be a nice call for a strike. Getting some instructions on both sides from the crowd, as it is 0-1. And coming up is going to be Elia Gonzalez, was playing shortstop. Hunter is the DH. That was going to be called inside, but that is a strike call. So batter's already behind, 0-2 on the count. Josiah Martinez has a couple of pitches to play with, or he can just kind of see if he can get another strikeout for his record. Already has 4 for the game. Goes back and tries to check the runner. Doesn't happen, so back to his attention focused on the batter. Once again, 0-2. And he does get contact with that one, and it is going to go into left field. And a nice slide, and was able to get underneath it for an out. So Martinez is set down. And that is going to be the second out of this inning. So 2 down, 1 on first with a hit by pitch. And coming up next is going to be Elia Gonzalez, as he is looking to do better than he did last time. He struck out, and well, he actually did have a home run, or it was considered a home run anyway. That was the controversial one that everybody thought maybe it was a foul, maybe it wasn't, but either way. And so far he is being pitched to. It's a ball for the first call. Just a bit outside, checking the runner, but no movement on that. 2-0 is the count. Once again, Elia Gonzalez was the one that hit the home run in the second. No, first. How about third? That is going to be a foul call. Went off to the right above us. And another souvenir possible. So that is a 2-1 count. As we get back into the action, we got runner on first. 5-3 is the score. 2 runs ahead are the Volcano Hawks, but looks like that is going to be another hit by pitch. So similar area in the legs as Gonzalez does advance. So he's had a K, a strikeout. He's had a home run, and he's been just hit by a pitch. So that will advance Benavidez to second. We have 2 on, 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Nobody has scored yet for the Hawks. Here comes the pitch. It is low, and yes, it is a ball for Lucian Dixon, who is playing left field. So coming up with another pitch. That is going to be yanked to the left. Another one that's going to be underneath, and yep, easy catch near the warning track. And that will bring out number 3 for the Volcano Vista Hawks. But they did give a good try, even though looks like they had no hits, no runs, 2 left on base as we go to the bottom of the fourth, and no errors as well. So we'll be back in just a moment with more action, bottom of the fourth, as Hobbs comes up to try to see if they can get back into this. They're down 5-3, and we're listening to it on, or actually watching it on, the Hobbs Eagle Network. All right, we have a change in pitchers for Volcano Vista. It is going to be Macy, and that is, I just noticed that just a moment ago, number 25. I'm going to see if that makes a difference for the Volcano Vista. So, change already in the bottom of the fourth, as that is going to be delivered, and that is going to be a ball for the top of the order, Juan Camacho. That one looks like it's going to be a called strike. 1-1 is the count so far. And another delivery inside, and that is going to be a ball. So good eye for Juan. As we are 2-1 on the call. It just caught the corner. It looked like it was going to be a ball, but instead it's called a strike. 2-2 is the call. And fans also not happy about that one either. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be for strike through, and that's going to sit down Camacho. And that is the first out for this inning. Coming up next, it is going to be the pitcher, Josiah Martinez. He has been walked, and he also had a sack RBI in the second to give the Hobbs score 1 in the second and 3 overall in the game. First one is going to be called a ball for Josiah Martinez. Once again, there is a relief pitcher out for Volcano Vista. And that ball is hit to second and will be delivered to first with ease. So a 4-3 out, number 2 for Josiah Martinez. So 2 down, 2 out, and it's going to be all up to Jaden Hernandez, who, like I said, got hit not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times yesterday, and could be still feeling it now. First delivery is hit, and it is a foul ball. Goes back to the backstop near us. If it would have been for the net, that is why they have the net here, so it avoids a lot of unnecessary injuries. That one is delivered low, and that is for a ball. So 1-1 is the call right now against Jaden Hernandez. Once again on the mound right now is Dominique Macy, as he has started the fourth. 2-1 is the call. And that one is going to be a foul ball that is going to be up and above and just go out of sight. And that brings the count to 2-2. Once again, so far he has been walked once, Jaden Hernandez has, and he had an out in the first. And that is not a swing and a miss, but that looked like a ball, but instead it was called a strike for strike 3 and also third out. So that does end the inning, 1-2-3, and Hobbs unable to get any answers, as it is no hits, no runs, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're going to go to the top of the 5th. The score is still 5-3. Volcano Vista hanging on to that 2-run lead. I'm going to see what happens as Volcano Vista is coming up next to bat right here on the Nomok Broadcasting Network, right here at Veteran Memorial Complex in the black and gold Slugfest. Give a little history about Todd Flores. He was, like I said, part of the Volcano Vista program ever since it started. He was an assistant for over a decade, and he knows the change. In fact, actually, he was there for the 2019 championship run for Volcano Vista. That was his last season as an assistant coach. His next year he would have to wait because of COVID, but he has been coach ever since. And been doing a pretty good job. Kevin Andrish was the prior and only coach at the time for Volcano Vista. But then when he retired, of course, that's when Todd stepped in. Todd Flores stepped in for the Volcano Vista Hawks. Speaking of which, they are going to be coming up to bat right now. It looks like it's going to be Antonio Martinez. Actually, it shouldn't be because he just got replaced. So, yep. So let's fix that to Mace. Or Macy. As he gets on. See, do I have his height? Because he looks pretty tall. Nope. Dominique Macy is up. And that delivery is going to be fouled off to the backstop and beyond. So starting off already with a strike for Macy. Second one is a called ball. So we have 1-1 count early on in this fifth inning, top of the fifth. Once again, a score 5-3, and that is just a bit outside for a ball. 2-1 is the call. As we're getting a little bit of interference from the wind, but not as bad as it was yesterday. Swing and a miss. That was definitely a strike. Strike 2. 2-2 is the call right now against the relief pitcher, who is Macy. And quickly, another delivery puts it out to the right. And it could go into, there is a possibility it could have gone in. There is some play over there in the far side. So I don't know if he hit it that hard, but definitely have some people walking back and forth. So want to make sure that nobody gets hit off that one. But that is a strikeout for the relief pitcher and another strikeout for our Josiah Martinez. I believe that is his sixth. Actually, it's fifth. But either way, he's doing pretty good so far. Starting off right, getting that first out. As he delivers, it's going to be hit to the left and out for a foul. That is Xavier Romero. He has been hit by a pitch and walked, and he actually did score in that third inning, part of the 3 runs that Volcano Vista had. And that one, another strike. So 0-2 on the count. Batter is behind. That is a good sign for Hobbs and their fans. So they're looking to see about getting another strikeout. But the pitcher does have some play time with this one, so he's going to deliver it. It's going to be down the middle and a swing and a miss. And so far, 2 up, 2 down for the Volcano Vista Hawks, as that one was a nice delivery for a strikeout. Coming up next, friendly big guy, Zach Markham. He is playing first base today, as he has had a strikeout 4, and that one goes for a strike. It was a foul call, goes to the backstop. And he also had been hit by a pitch in the first inning and walked. So he's walked in the third. He did score on that one. No, let me look at the right one. All right. Hit by pitch and a strikeout, and that would be the second delivery. Not quite a strike. Thought it would be, possibly, but no. So it's 1-1. As some of the fans are questioning that call. But that is nevertheless a strike 2, simply because it was a swing and a miss. Yeah. Should be strike 3 is what some people are saying. But I just, you know what, it will come. If it comes, it does. We have another delivery that could possibly get this one out of the inning as well. And that one goes to the left. Caught by the third baseman, goes over to first, and is in time for the out. So 1, 2, 3, no hits, no runs, no errors, as Hobbs gets out of that inning clean and able to get their bats started up. 5-3, though, is what the score is at the bottom of the fifth. Hobbs looking to see if they can get back into it. We'll be back in just a moment to continue coverage right here at Veterans Memorial Complex. Back in action we are as Hobbs is trailing by 2. 5-3 is the score. It's the bottom of the fifth, and at least Volcano Vista, the Hawks have been blanked for the last 2 innings. That does help, but so has Hobbs, and Hobbs needs to go ahead and answer back after they had 2 in the first and 1 in the second. 1 runs, that is. And coming up right now is going to be a power hitter who has 2 RBIs already to his name, Xavier Alvarado. See if he can get on base and make a difference on this one. I'm sure he's wanting to do something to be able to get his stats a little better, and that is not going to help. Swing and a miss for Alvarado for strike 1. Just didn't quite time that out right. Didn't connect or anything, but it was a good swing. Second one is going to be outside, did not chase, and that is going to be a ball. So 1-1 right now. As once again we have Macy on the mound and Alvarado at bat. Another ball. So yeah, good eye for Alvarado as it is 2-0, 2-1 I mean. And trying to see, like I said, if he can get something generated for the offense, and that will go too far to the left, out of play, and a foul ball as well. Look, actually, we've got possibly someone warming up for Hobbs. Looked over there, and it's Jaden Hernandez. We'll see if there be a pitching change. That's a swing and a miss, and unfortunately, that is going to be strike 3. So another K is chalked up for Volcano Vista as we move on to the next batter, and that'll be Christian Montez. He's had been hit by a pitch and a single so far in this game. Trying to see if he can get better results at the bat. Already with a 1-0 count. So that will be another ball call. 2-0. So Christian Montez looking good so far. And he hits that one up the middle. Looks like it could find the gap. No, it did not. It was right field who came over, shifted over, and was able to catch that one with no prob. And that will bring up 2 outs in this inning. Hobbs still has nobody on, 2 outs, and that will bring up Kenyon Johnson, who was struck out and also had a double play on him in the third. Strike, swing and a miss for a strike. That's going to be 0-1. Strikes again, and this one's going to be another strike because it's a foul to the left. So quickly, Johnson down on the count against Macy. 0-2. Here comes the delivery. Another foul ball, so he has been, couldn't connect on the first one, connected on the second one, but not in time, and that one too. So 0-2. needs anything in play or needs to connect to be able to stay alive. That one was a check swing, but it was a ball. Fortunately for Johnson, as he is still staying alive. Nobody on. 2 outs, unfortunately. And that is a swing and a miss. And it is once again a 3 up and 3 down for the Eagles. No hits, no runs, no errors. As we go to the top of the 6th, the score is still the same as it's been since the 3rd, 5-3. Volcano Vista Hawks have grabbed the lead, and Hobbs still trying to get back into it, but so far have not been able to go to the top of the 6th already. I mean, it's going rather fast. We'll be back in just a moment to give you more coverage of the Hobbs Eagle baseball against the Volcano Vista Hawks. All right, welcome back to action as we're about to get Volcano Vista coming up at the top of the 6th. They are still leading 5-3, and it's going to be a tale of the Johnsons. We just had Johnson in the 5th, and now Johnson is going to come up here in just a moment to start the 6th for the Hawks. And yes, it'll be Landon Johnson, who has flew out to center and also had a strikeout in the 3rd for the final out of that one. And maybe he'll have the same luck, or we'll have the same luck with him in this top of the 6th to start it off. And let's see, just make sure. I think there was a change in pitching. And yes, as I suspected, they have relieved Josiah Martinez with Jaden Hernandez. So that means they will probably just switch positions. So let's see. It looks like it is did several changes. Could be Camacho behind the plate as catcher, but I'll find out in just a moment. Right now, we're going to get into action. As like I said, Landon Johnson is up first for the Volcano Vista Hawks. And that is a nice strike for the reliever, as it is 0-1 against Johnson. Looks like there's going to be a quicker delivery on this, and it's going to be coming right now. Swing and a miss for strike 2 against Landon Johnson. So 0-2 in the count. Pitcher looking good so far as he has his first batter to face. Once again, that is Jaden Hernandez. Delivers, and it is a strikeout. Looked like it was a little low, but nope, he did catch the corner, or the bottom of it anyway. And that is called for his first strikeout, as well as the first out. So well done. 3 up, 3 down on that one, so to speak. As got the first out rather quickly. Here comes the second one, by the way. This is Cade Weber. He has not gotten on base yet. And that one is a fly up there, and it looks like it's going to be just dropping into center past the second baseman and right in front of the center fielder. So that went past Montez, just in front of Saul Armendariz. No, not Saul Armendariz. That was Camacho. In any case, It is 1 on so far, so that is his first base for Cade Weber. As Hernandez looks back at first, makes sure he checks the runner, and he's going to go ahead and deliver that one high for a ball 1 against Isaac Benavidez. 0-1, or 1-0 is the count. I know I put it on wrong, but 1-0 is the count. 1 out and 1 on for the Hawks. Oh, and that one hit him in the back. That apparently didn't hit him it looked like it was going to be something that would hurt. However, he didn't seem to flinch at all, so good on him. It looked like it hit him in the back of the back, or near the neck, actually, as he hit the ball. Either way, ricocheted off of him and considered a foul, so that'd be a strike call. 1-1 is the count. And that one is hit foul as well. Looked like it could actually go to the third baseman, but no, it did go to the right or left and was out foul. So 1-2 is the count right now. As he checks once again to first base, goes ahead and likes what he sees from the catcher and throws a lofter over there. Did not chase it, and it will be called a ball. 2-2 now is the count against Benavidez, as he is playing second base today. And once again, we have another look, another delivery. And here's the pitch. Low. I think he's a little concerned about that runner on first, but either way, full count now. What is that? I think it's a full count. Either way. Checking the first base. Delivering, and that is going to be hit out to the left. And that's going to be off the wall. Taking the runner to third. They're going to go ahead and stop him. So that's a stand-up double for Benavidez. So double, puts him on second. Advances the runner to third. That would be Cade Weber off a single. So Volcano Vista so far looking pretty good in this inning, as they are now in scoring position, second and third. And they have 1 out. So Hobbs can still stop the bleeding, but they're going to need to do it before Cade goes and crosses the plate. First one, though, is going to be fouled to the left for a strike. That is Hunter Martinez at bat right now. Still have a 5-3 game, though. 2 runs ahead are the Hawks, as that one almost escaped the catcher. But he was able to corral it for a ball. 1-1 is the count. Pretty much, I am a little curious. I want to see if we can get an update real quick. Hobbs has won, looks like, the game between Levington and Hobbs. It was a close one. 6-2 was the final, so good on the Wildcats. Sorry, not the Wildcats. I was going to say good for the Lady Eagles as they win that game, 6-2. Close to this one, it's 5-3, but Hobbs is not leading right now. We're going to get a moment to get some new balls brought in by the ump. Once again, we have a count of 1-2 on Hunter Martinez. See if we can get him out. That would help. That would give us 2 outs. That one is fouled back for another no call. So nothing's changed. No runners advance. And having trouble with the handle on the ball on that one is the ump, but he does get it finally. We'll resume action. As once again, it is Hernandez who is relieving on this inning. So he started off the 6th inning. And that is a strike 3. So that will be setting Martinez, Hunter Martinez down. Well, that is out number 2. So that's what we needed, was another out. Definitely needed it with a strikeout. Does not advance the runners at all. And now we have Elia Gonzalez coming up. He is playing shortstop for the Hawks. Looks like he's had a decent day. He did strike out the first, but he did have a home runner that was controversial. And he got hit by a pitch in the last inning. That one is going to be right down for a strike. Yes. Yeah, Gonzalez was just looking at it. Didn't swing it, so let's see what happens this one. For Hernandez delivering. Oh, that was inside, but not enough to hit him, so it is a ball. Oh. So 1-1 is the count. As we're looking at base runners on 2nd and 3rd, and this one is jacked to the left, and that is going to be, nope, tried to slide for it, did not get it, was the center fielder, and instead it's going to end up scoring 2. So a 2 RBI double is what that's going to be called. And that will give Volcano Vista 2 more runs, as that put in Weber off a 3rd. And that was Gonzalez. No. That's been Benavides. That one is a low and called a ball for Lucian Dixon, who is a Hawk. And we'll change that score for you. And also, so Hobbs in a bit of a deeper hole. 7-3 right now is the score. Down by 4. The top of the 6th. And yeah, we're looking at time is running out as far as innings. Only has 2 more innings, Hobbs does, to be able to get back into this game and make it a contest. And that one is going to be going to the right and just foul. Unable to get it. Third or first baseman and right field trying to get it, and it just drops before anybody is able to get underneath it. But that is going to be a strike. So right now we have 1-1. No, 0-1. That's the long delivery from Hernandez. Looking back at second. Delivers, and it is called a ball. And the count is now 1-1. Another look back at second. Making sure he is in the right spot. Keeps looking back, delaying. And Lucian Dixon once again hits the ball, and it is foul. Again to the right. But that puts the count at 1-2. So pitcher has a little play time on that one. Again, looking back, checking the runner at second. And that is Gonzalez, Elia Gonzalez, of course, at second. Reached to the right. And that is going to be an easy out for out number 3, and that was Alvarado who caught that ball. So Lucian Dixon gives us a third out, and that will end that top of the 6th. But unfortunately, there were some hits and 2 hits, 2 runs, and 1 left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, it is a different ball game now. 7-3, down by 4. Hobbs is, and they need to come back. They've got 2 innings to do it at least to be able to tie it, if not to be able to get back into it. We'll be doing that in just a moment right here on the Normark Broadcasting Network. Stay with us. All right, we are back as we have it to the bottom of the 6th. Hobbs needs to get some runs in on this one, and Jason Fuentes could be the answer to start it all off. Although he has a single to his name so far. And he was the third out on the first inning, so hasn't had a great day so far, but he could improve it right here, right now. Get things started rolling for the Hobbs Eagles bats, as that was inside. He had to lunge back so he wouldn't get hit to avoid that one, and that is going to be a ball. That one is on quite the other side. Hit, though, and foul. So 1-1 is the count right now for Jason Fuentes as he faces the reliever. I think that's still Macy. Yes. Low for a ball. Ball 2. So we've kind of 2-1. And here comes the delivery. Fast and furious. It's going to go down the middle. It looks like it's going to be, almost slipped up on that one, but did catch it. And is showing the crowd. Yeah, that was a nice catch from Romero, Xavier Romero. And that is going to be a quick out number 1 for the Eagles. Saul Amadeus up next. He has been hit twice by pitches. See if he can get a hit for his own, or if he's going to end up being a statistic again for a third hit to the body. He hasn't batted since the 3rd inning, so. First one, though, is a called strike. And that will be 0-1. Another one, too, another strike. Looks like that was a swing and a miss. And Armendariz already down on the count, 0-2. Needs to do something, and that is not going to do it. Strike out. Strike number 3 and out number 2 for the Hobbs Eagles. And they are starting to run out of batters as they need to get back into this game. They need to get some runs like they did yesterday. They had 6 runs yesterday against that Cleveland Storm team, and hoping that the Hawks and the Eagles, that was the Battle of the Birds, that'd be a different story. That is hit shortstop, and that's going to be easy out number 3 for a 6-3. That was Yudahara, by the way, that hit that one, and he had a strikeout before. So did not happen that time, but got the third out. It is 3 up, 3 down. Nobody on, no hits, no errors, and, of course, no runs. As we go to the top of the 7th, the final inning possibly for the Hawks and the Eagles, as it is a 4-run differential. 7-3, Hawks are on top, and Hobbs needs to stop the offense for the Hawks if they want to get back into this game and see if they can win it But first off, they got to play defense. So let's get back here in just a moment right here on the Normark Broadcast Network. All right, welcome back. We are about ready for action. Just to update you on who's playing where, it is Cole Kessner who has taken over the duties, the sophomore for catcher. He did that the last inning. He's going to do it again. So let's go on. And yeah, he just went out to the mound, make sure that Hernandez is ready for this. We are as well. As we get the first batter for the Hawks, that'll be, and actually it'll be Macy, the relief pitcher, who has, looks like he's shut down the Eagles so far, bat-wise. First pitch, going to go right back to the pitcher with an easy out. 1-3 will be the call. So that was a one and done, and Hobbs needs those, more of those. And first they need to answer with this, make sure they get no scores runs, that is, from the Hawks, and then be able to do their own, be able to get back into this game. They're down by 4 right now. The score 7-3, or 7-3. Here comes the delivery, just a bit outside. That's for Romero. And that is going to be ball number 1. So 1-0 is the count. He has been hit by a pitch, walked, and did score, and then was struck out just in the 5th. That was going to be a call for a ball. So 2-0 is the count for Romero. As Hernandez is going to deal again a pitch. Just catches the corner, and that is going to be called a strike. And it'll be a 2-1 count now. Hobbs desperately needs to get some stops here if they want to get this victory. Starting off with their defense, getting stronger. Just about outside, though. That will bring up a 3-1 count against the center fielder, Romero. One more delivery. Going to be a little high, and that'll be ball 4. And that will put him on base to first, Romero. And that'll put up Zach Markham, who actually was hit by a pitch in the first, has struck out and flew out, or actually he had an out, infield out, in the 5th. Trying to better his numbers too. Actually, that is not Zach Markham. They have changed it. So I do apologize. Let's see, that would be Elijah Brown. Brown at the plate. Could not check his swing. And will be considered that a strike. So 0-1 for the count for Brown. First time up, I believe. Looks like there'll be delivery again, and that one is going to go down the middle for a strike. Did catch the corner once again. That'll be 0-2 for Hernandez is ahead of the count. That is against Brown, the Hawk. Looking over at first, liked what he saw, and he's going to go ahead and deliver this one to the batter. And that is delivered quickly to third. He's going to sling it over to second. It is an out. Couldn't get the double play, but still got the out. So fielder's choice on that one. And even though there is one on, there is 2 outs now. And that was Romero that was called out at second. So a little conference there as we are 2 outs, 1 out away from the top of the 7th, and Hobbs having its last hurrah. Be able to get some runs, 4 runs to be exact, at least tie the game, if make it into extra innings, or go and win it with 5, just like earlier when Volcano Vista had to do that against, not Volcano Vista, it was Cleveland against Farmington. Farmington almost looked like they were going to get the victory, but in the last inning, Cleveland came back, stormed back, so to speak, and was able to get that victory. That one was called a ball. So right now it's going to be Landon Johnson trying to see if he can extend this inning for the Volcano Vista Hawks. So now I know what it sounds like when you put Volcano and Vista together. All right, here we go with another pitch. Ball number 2, no indication of a strike. So 2-0, batters ahead on the count. And Landon Johnson looks like he's going to try to see if he can get something going with his bat. Here's the delivery, and that is going to be hit just in shallow outfield. No, actually it's going to be enough to be able to get it to the right fielder, and he does camp under it and catch it for the final out. So with that out, it's going to be, we're going to be going to the bottom of the 7th, but that was no hits, no runs, no errors for Volcano Vista as they continue to lead, though, 7-3. They have a 4-run lead, and it is the final hurrah possibly for the Hobbs Eagles. Fight or flight basically is what's going on, as we're going to continue coverage right here and make sure that we get all the coverage for you on the No Mark Broadcasting Network. Thank you very much, and I'll be right back. Welcome back to action. The 5-1 Volcano Vista Hawks are holding on the lead. It is 7-3 as we're going to the bottom of the 7th. And Hobbs with their last hurrah, 2-3 right now in the season. They have had victories against Cleveland, and they also beat Farmington as well in this tournament. So they are 1-2 at the Cleveland tournament. They're 1-1 right now. They're trying to get back to 500. With the 2-3 record, but it's going to be tough. They're going to have to get 4 runs to tie it, 5 to win it. And this Volcano Vista team is determined to get a victory, another victory, go 3-0 in the Black Gold Slugfest. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and get back to the Slugfest. As first up, it is going to be Juan Camacho, who got on with an error. Did score in the first, got a single in the second, and struck out in the 4th, hoping to get better results this time around, and that is a ball call. So starting off with a good eye is Camacho. See if he needs to get on deck, though, or on base, and that is going to be a very high ball for ball number 2. So already looking good so far for Juan. That one is another ball call. So 3-0. So he's looking good so far. As we continue. Okay, that's right. And that is a called strike. That was a lot of fans are grumbling about that one, but can't do much about it. Well, then keep going. And that is a strike. So he had the strike to give, but that does give you a full count, 3-2. You got to be wary about the next pitch. And here it is real quick, and that is a ball. So ball 4 will cause the walk, and he has a trip to first base just for that effort. So 1 on so far. At the bottom of the 7th, we need 4 runs to tie the game, and we need a whole lot of bats to be batting. We haven't had too many hits as far as big ones. No home runs so far. Maybe we can do it right now. But we have a hitter up. And that first one, a ball. So they do have a different. Okay, that is Josiah Martinez. Okay. Yep, okay. So he has got a count of 1-0. That one was called. Oops, I got to change that. Going back to first. Oh, he did throw it over the first baseman's head, and that is going to advance the runner. In fact, he might even go to third. He is going to steal 2. And yes, off of that error pitch or throw. And that is going to make that. Yeah, Camacho now is in scoring position off that error throw. Advances 2. There is no outs, and still, that's not gonna. I mean, that's gonna make a bit of a difference, but it won't make a big difference until we get more runners to go. But Josiah Martinez, though, still at bat. And that is another ball. So 2-0, he is ahead of the count as we get into another pitch. And there you go. We got a full 3 balls so far for Josiah Martinez. As Hobbs is trying to rally in the bottom of the 7th, trying to get back into this and possibly win it too. They got 1 already in scoring position. And here's the delivery, and that is another walk. So it puts first and third on for the Eagles, which again is going to help, but need more help on that one as they get a conference on the mound. Looks like they definitely need the just making sure maybe everything's all right, or maybe they're going to change the pitcher. We're going to find out here in just a second. And it looks like nope, they're going to continue with Macy as he is the relief pitcher, second relief pitcher for the Hawks in this game. So quickly we get back into action. It's going to be Jaden Hernandez coming up. And going to see if he can advance the runners. He's got a possible RBI right there at third base. First one is going to be swung on and hit, but it's going to be a foul ball. And that is going to be strike number 1. Again, at this point, if you get all 3 runs, it would still be a 7-6 game. So they need a couple more hits, but they still have plenty of batters to go with no outs. And that one is called a ball. So 1-1 is the count for the Hobbs Eagles as it is do or die time in the bottom of the 7th. Another ball call just outside. Can't afford to get throw to second for a stolen base because that would mean that third would score easily. But we'll see what happens with this pitch as Macy is still on the mound. And here it is. Oh, that was just a little off. No, actually, no, it was a strike. Called a strike. Looked like it left his hand a little weird, but did hit the zone. So 2-2 is the call. And is now critical. Oh, and that one hits him in the back. So another hit for Hernandez. And between today and yesterday, he has been hit a lot. But that also loads the bases up. First, second, and third, as now it's going to be Xavier Alvarado. And he had a 2 RBI, I believe it was a double. Yeah, no, actually, no, I think that was an error, but either way, he got on and was a 2 RBI in the first. That gave us those 2 runs. And then he struck out the last time up, so mixed results, but still, nevertheless, he might be the key. With 3 on, he is the tying run. And that first one, good eye on Alvarado as he takes the ball. And if he jacks a home run, that will be a crowd pleaser. But that one is going to be called a strike. And it hit the zone, apparently, for 1-1 call. Alvarado delivers that one. It's going to be to left. And it's going to be short. And we got a run on that one. So, yes, that's going to be out number 1, but also a run. So, 7-4 as that sac fly went to left field. Or was it? No, maybe it wasn't a sac fly. Maybe I'm wrong about that as well. Nope, okay. So, nobody advanced except for third base. So, that's what happened. So, it is a sac fly for an RBI. And that one could. Oh, that is called out as well. So that is out number 2, unfortunately, for Hobbs. It does advance the runners to second and third, but they are down to their last out. That was Christian Montez who had that out, as it was close, but no way possible. I think that was a 1-3. And that was an RBI for, like I said, Alvarado just a moment ago. And the out number 1. And that one is going to be called a strike. Now, Johnson has been up. Now, Johnson's up now. And he has 2 strikes and an out, an infield out. And he is already down on the count. So a 7-4 score. Hobbs needs 3 to tie this game. Bottom of the 7th. And their last possible batter, Johnson. And that one is a call of a ball. Needs to get some action here, protect the plate, so to speak. And now he is backed off. Getting a little time to adjust. Don't overthink it. You know what they say. You overthink, you think along, you think wrong. But in this case, the game could continue or end on his bat. No pressure. And that is, he thought that was a strike, but it was not. And now it is a full count. Oh, no, actually, no, 2-2. Sorry, 2-2 is the count. Didn't see the fingers right for the ump. Oh, and that one is inside as well, so now it's a full count. Not saying I'm predicting the future, but anyway, full count, 2 out, 2 on, and this could be the game either way. Could continue it or to end it. And that is going to walk Johnson. Johnson's going to take a trip to first for his efforts, and it's going to load the bases up for the Hobbs Eagles with Jason Fuentes coming up. It is once again do or die time, as that is going to advance. Looks like Hernandez and Martinez. So Martinez is at third. Hernandez is at second. There's a meeting of the mound. It looks like there will be a pitching change. So we're going to have a timeout coming up here in a moment, as we have a change of pitchers for the Hawks. Looks like it's going to be, yep, that young man right there who just got the ball handed to him. And his name is Noah Macy. So he's a junior, and he's going to see if he can get that final out. Come back in just a moment right here as we watch Noah Macy get some warm-ups in and try to see if he can close this game out for the Hawks. All right, come back strong as the bottom of the 7th, and it is do or die time. And Hobbs down by 3. 7-4 is the count. And we are down to our final out, and it is Jason Fuentes who is coming up to bat, see if Hobbs can continue with their play. They do have 2 on. They have 2nd and 3rd covered. So there is a possibility that if they get 2 runs, well, that would be 7-6. It won't be enough. They need to get all 3 runs, and the tying run is right now is at the bat. So at the very least, actually, no, I'm sorry. Let me remind you, everybody, and myself as well, it is a full, bases are loaded. They just loaded up the bases. So if he gets a home run, that would definitely win the game, but that will not start it off right with a strike for Jason Fuentes as we get this bat going. Bases loaded once again. 1-1 is the count for Jason Fuentes. It is do or die time. If he does hit, good drive in 1 or 2, and that'll help continue with this game. That one is just inside for a ball. 2-1 is the count. And as we are continuing to watch this unfold, that was considered a strike off the corner apparently, and now the count is 2-2. Jason once again needs to protect the plate to be able to continue this or maybe even get it in play. If he does, there's a good chance he's going to get at least 1. That one was delivered hard, but it was offside, so it's a full count now. 3-2, anything can happen. As we watch the next delivery from the newbie, it's his first actually pitch of the game for. And that's going to walk in a run. So that's making the fans happy around here. Jason gets walked. It does score in Josiah Martinez. And it keeps the Eagles alive. 5-7-5 is what the score is. Now they just need 2 to be able to tie this game. They do have the bases loaded, so that's going to help too. And they could actually do the same thing that Cleveland did earlier in this day. They won it from behind against Farmington. Hobbs could do the same thing, replay. And they have Saul Armendariz. It's on his shoulders now. As coach out there, though, Todd Flores, he is talking to the ump about something. This looks like he's not happy. Can't tell too much what he's saying. The body language, though, is just showing a little unhappiness. And, yeah, I guess if a call doesn't go your way, of course you're not going to be happy about it. But taking a moment to find out what's going on. He's not even talking to the ump right now. He's just walking around with his hands on his hips. And kind of taking a little break here as the outfield has gotten together for the Hawks. And they're doing a little throw around between the shortstop, third base, and the pitcher. Oh, I see. And they had to, there was some equipment going on for the catcher for the Hawks. So that looks like it's been taken care of. And we are back in action. Saul Armendariz up next. He is the hope. He is the possible game winner, the game changer. it looks like behind the plate, looks like that is Todd Flores. So that would be the coach's son, as getting another warm-up set. And that is from still Noah Macy. He is, this is a second batter he has faced in this game. He is the new relief for the Hawks, and so far, two have scored for Hobbs. They need 2 more to be able to tie the game, 3 to win. They do have the bases loaded, so it is a possibility they do have the math on their side, although 1 out, or 2 outs, against them. So they cannot afford another out without scoring 2 more runs if they want to continue this game. Bottom of the 7th, though, and here we go. Once again, here's the pitch. High for a ball. And as they say, Saul Medeiros has good eyes, so he is doing well. He had been hit by a pitch twice and struck out in the last inning. See if he gets better results. And that's going to be a wild pitch. It may or may not score. It did. He's safe. And Hobbs is 1 run away from tying this thing up. And yep, that was a nice run for Jaden Hernandez, who got there by hit by pitch. And this is a different game now. It is 7-6, 2 outs, and 2 balls. So 2-0 is the count.
Let's go!
And that will be a strike. So Saul Medeiros is looking at 2 on, 2 out, with a 1-run differential, 7-6. And that one's going to be high for ball 3. So now the crowd is going wild as they can smell a possible upset victory here for the Hobbs Eagles. 5-1 is the record for the Volcano Vista Hawks. Here comes the delivery. It is low. Nope, that is inside. That was looked low, but it was in the zone for a full count now. So 3-2. That was a strike call, and it's going to come down to this: 3-2. Got 1 run to go, and it is they do have 1 run on second and third. They do have scoring position runners, and that is going to be a check call, and that is going to be a final out, though. Swing, but did not get the call. It was a call to strike, and that does end the inning as well as the game. So Hobbs coming back strong, rallied, and could not quite get it. Got 3 of the 4 that they needed, but could not finish it off with 2 on. So yeah, Hobbs had a great effort and definitely made this a close game, but unfortunately unable to get the victory. They did lose to Volcano Vista once again. Final score 7-6. And we're going to come back in just a moment with more coverage right here on all the No Mark Broadcasting Networks. So just to let you know, on that last inning, it was 3 runs that came in off of no hits, 2 left on base, and no errors as well. Hobbs was short, but no cigar, so to speak, as the coaches out there shaking hands with the final out. Once again, that is 3 up, 3 down. Well, not 3 up, 3 down, but that is the end of the game. 1 run short for Hobbs with those 3 runs in the 7th inning. 7-6 is the final score. Volcano Vista Hawks once again win the Battle of the Birds. And actually, if I remember correctly, they had a 0-4 record against, or Hobbs had an 0-4 record against Volcano Vista coming into this game. And they are continuing to be unable to win. And this is the first time, though, that Hobbs has faced Volcano Vista in regular season. Normally they face them in the playoffs. So that was something different for them. But in the end, though, similar results as far as unable to get the victory against this team. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 0-4. Now they're 0-5. Last time they played them, it was a close game as well. Actually, most of their games were close. In 2012, they played them 4-1 loss. It was 2015 when they played 5-2. That was the loss. And then 2018, they had, of course, a doubleheader, and that was a 4-3 loss and an 8-7 loss. So both times they had lost by 1 run each, and that is not uncommon for them. Once again, Volcano Vista just barely edges them out, be able to hold them off with the relief pitcher, who ends up getting the save. 7-6 is the final. Be coming back just a moment for any last thoughts and any stats possible. All right, welcome back as we are going to wrap this thing up. We had some hits and some misses there, but looking at the numbers, starting with Martinez, Josiah Martinez, he had 2 runs off of 2 at-bats. He also had a walk. He had an RBI, and that looks like he had, of course, he left 1 on base. With Fuentes, he was up at bat 3 times. With 4 plate appearances, he had a hit on RBI, and he also walked once and had a strikeout as well. For Christian Montes, he had 4 plate appearances, 3 at-bats. He had 1 hit, as well as got hit by a pitch. So that was one of the reasons, and left 2 on base for his efforts. Had Juan Camacho up 3 times, or 4 times actually, on plate. Got 2 runs and managed to get 1 walk and 1 strikeout as well. Xavier Alvarado, 3 at-bats out of 4 appearances, ended up getting a hit, 3 RBIs, and a stolen, as well as getting a strikeout. Some of the other numbers, Jaden Hernandez had 1 run off of 4 plate appearances, did get 1 at bat, was able to get a stolen base and a walk, as well as a strikeout, and also was hit by pitch. Luckily, he wasn't hit by pitch as much as he was yesterday for his efforts. Kenyon Johnson went 3 of 4. And he put up the numbers of a walk, 2 strikeouts, and left 3 on base. Sal Armendariz, he had 4 plate appearances as well, was able to get 1 run off of 2 at-bats. See, he had 2 strikeouts and also got hit by pitch twice, so that was put him on base to get that run. And Utahara came in, played, and got 3 at-bats. Was the could have been another possible, but unfortunately we didn't get that far into the 7th inning. Did get a strikeout against him and left 3 on. So Hobbs played really well in the late inning, just like they did yesterday, but just did not come up with enough to be able to get that victory. Speaking of which, it was Martinez that ended up getting the loss. He ended up getting a 2.8 ERA. And Hernandez, who was a relief, ends up getting an ERA of 7 to his name. So that should wrap it up right here, as once again Volcano Vista is the victor of this against the Hobbs Eagles. 7-6, very close one. And if you enjoyed it, I know I enjoyed calling that out. And definitely want to see more progress in the Hobbs Eagles. They pretty much are playing. They're playing a little bit better than they did last year, and I think that is going to be a help for the rest of the season. The next game is going to be coming up. As you know what, we're going to go ahead and do the sponsors, and then I'll let you know. I know they're going to be in Las Cruces next week. I believe it's Santa Teresa that they're going to be facing against. But let me thank our sponsors before we go. It'll be First American Bank of Hobbs, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Elite Home Healthcare, Lee County State Bank, Lasco Construction, The Coffee House, TDS, Thriftway, Innomar Pipeline, Divine Energy Services, along with Hydrotech Services and Ampersand Media and Design, The Model, and Devon Energy. Thank you guys very much for being part of our team so that we can come out here and be able to give you all this action for free. I'd like to thank our sponsors as well, of course. I'd like to thank Ty Friend and Evie Stuper back at the station, making sure that this is going out possibly for you to enjoy. And me, Ron Gunner, says good day, and hopefully it'll be a good one as this weekend continues on and makes it something grand. I know the weather is not going to be grand, but make the most of it as best we can. Next week we're going to be covering the games in possibly in Las Cruces as the Hobbs Eagles continue with their season. You have a good day. Thank you very much.